Monte Carlo is round one of the 2012 FIA World Rally Championship. The Monte is back with the WRC after an absence of 3 seasons, and this year marks the 80th running of one of the world's most historic rallies. And its infamous mixed conditions and difficult tyre choices. This is the first time for many years that the WRC event has run over 5 days, starting in Valence and finishing in the Principality of Monaco, with 18 stages in total. Well, rally leader Sébastien Loeb is at the start for the stage opener of day 2, but before he heads off, let's have a look back at what happened yesterday on the Monte Carlo rally. Well, the rally started with 4 stages, 2 loops of 2 stages. Yeah, a busy day, you might say, right from the very off. Cold start for Monte Carlo yesterday. Temperatures were well below freezing. Tyre choice, as always, on the Monte, absolutely crucial. Well, 5 times winner here, Sébastien Loeb, fitted his Citroën with a soft compound. It was a good choice for the opener, the longest of the rally at almost 37 kilometres. Well, Loeb was to be fastest and indeed to take the lead out there. Yes, getting wrapped up is what it's all about if you happen to be a rally fan. Yeah, the skies might be clear, but all the action being done by this man. All eyes on Loeb, and away he went. It was a terrific marker that he threw down right from the beginning. It was a great start for Danny Sordo in the Works Mini. Sordo landed the second fastest time, only 1 second behind Loeb. Sordo took 2 podiums in the Mini last year, don't forget. And on his first stage as a factory Citroën driver, Mikko Hirvonen was cautious, came in 3rd quickest, losing 15 seconds to teammate Loeb. Hirvonen settling in, you might say. Well, Hirvonen's former teammate Jari-Matti Latvala chose the Supersoft compound on his Ford and took a time hit in the first stage. His tyres dropping off at the end, he lost 22 seconds. Well, Peter Solberg, who jumped into Hirvonen's seat at Ford, put in the 5th fastest time, 12 seconds behind teammate Latvala. No risks for Petter, well, just for now. So to stage 2, and driving on a mix of super soft and studded tyres, Latvala was flying on stage 2. A very tricky run with snow in the first part and a lot of ice on the descent at the end. Well, he flew, Latvala snatching the lead on the Monte Carlo rally. Well, a soft compound was perfect for stage 1, but not so good for stage 2. And Loeb even cross-mixed the studded tyres, but, well, the soft tyre was still too hard for the conditions. Loeb lost 53 seconds and dropped to 2nd. What a turnaround. Well, tricky it was. Danny Sordo sliding on a patch of ice, hitting a wall with the left rear and with the front right. Oof, yeah, he lost over a minute, but managed to reach the service park, thankfully. Well, taking advantage of the difficult conditions and using his great talent, factory Volkswagen driver Sébastien Ogier put in the 3rd fastest time at the wheel of a Skoda Fabia S2000, a car with no turbo, don't forget. On to stage 3 then. Loeb was the fastest on the 2nd run through the rally's longest stage, albeit by a small margin of just 0.4 of a second. Loeb now with super softs to play with on his Citroën. Well, Latvala went for softs on the Ford and virtually matched the time of Loeb. Sure, 0.4 lost, but Latvala was in the lead with a 30-second advantage. So, a different tyre choice for Loeb and Latvala, but they seem equally fast at this point of stage 3, some 20 kilometres into the stage, right after the Col de Fayol. Yeah, at first, Loeb, the master, was slightly faster. An advantage he carried. Making it count at the end is what it's all about. Well, the afternoon loop didn't go well for Hirvonen. The Finn kissed the wall with his Citroën. Quite a kiss as well. Yes, the impact broke a brake disc. Evelyn lost 27 seconds on the stage and another 1 minute 30 on the next. Not good. Young Belgian Thierry Neuville, 5th fastest on the 3rd works Citroën DS3. Yes, starting his first season with the WRC. This Monte Carlo is about building confidence for him. Stage 4 was to be the very last on this Monte Carlo for Jari-Matti Latvala. He got caught on the ice in a tight right-hander, went off. Big blow for him, and of course for the Ford Works team. Well, Neuville was another victim on this tricky stage. The Belgian clipped a wall and ripped off the right front wheel. End of the story for Neuville as well then. Both drivers unable to take any further part due to a change of rules. From this season on, it's up to the rally organisation to have a super rally situation or not. It's called Rally 2 now. Organisers chose not to include it here. So, if you're out, you're out. There's no restart the next day. Well, with Bala out of the rally, this is how the standings looked. Once again, Loeb on top with a healthy lead. Only 1 second separating Sordo and Solberg. And look at that 4th place for Overgier.
We lost a lot in the morning with the tire choice. Finally, I know why I was slow in the last stage, because all the others who had the same tire choice today in the afternoon in this stage were slow or out of the road. So finally it was a bad choice in the morning, a very good choice in the afternoon.
On to day 2. Stage 5, the first stage, 19 kilometers long. Not quite as cold as day 1, with temperatures hovering just above freezing. Yes, a little bit balmy. Well, you've got to be, haven't you? Start of the second day on super soft compound and 2 softs in the boot for Sebastian Loeb. No ice on the stage, mainly dry. Yes, and warm in places, as you can see. Well, it was to be the fastest time. 11:22.5. Needing to watch out for his super soft tyres. Needing to nurse them a little bit. With 3 stages in a row to be run before the service at midday. Caution a watchword? Not one he watches very often. Looking terrific. Danny Sordo, well, also pretty good with the Mini Cooper WRC. 4 super soft. Yes, exactly the same choice as Citroën. Sordo fighting, battling with Petter Solberg for 2nd place. And at the start of the day, Sordo was 1 second in front of Solberg. 3rd fastest time, 11:28.3. That's 5.8 seconds behind Loeb. Third on the road, 2nd fastest time. Yes, beating Sordo with a 2.9 second gap, snatching 2nd place. Petter Solberg, of course. Yes, that 2nd place snatched from the Spaniard with an advantage of 1.9 seconds at the end of the run. Very happy with the car, he said. It's absolutely fantastic. Not pushing, not taking too many risks, said Petter. Well, 4th on the road in his S2000 Skoda. No turbo, don't forget. Yeah, stage just too dry to stay on the pace of the WRC cars. Still took the 7th best time. Creditable. Sadly, though, was losing 1 second every kilometre. Fabulous tracking shots, just giving you the speed of the vehicles. More to come on stage 6. Saint-Bonnet, Saint-Julien-Mole, and then back to Saint-Bonnet. 25.22 kilometres. Some wet sectors, temperatures, well, still above freezing. Glorious scenery, brought to you by Eurosport. Well, bringing home the bacon, and another best time for Loeb. Yes, no problems at all on the stage. He said it was absolutely clean, no tricky places. Yes, thawing conditions, no ice, super softs working well, very well. And when Loeb's happy, everyone best be scared.
That's okay, no problem at all at the moment. Stages are clean. Nearly no tricky place. It's for sure tricky because it's humid and we have some black top, but no ice, so it was okay.
The second best time, 8.6 behind Loeb, Mikko Irvinen. Yes, moving to fourth overall, but 2 minutes and 50 off the leader. Yes, was able to push just a little bit more on this one. Getting better, learning the grip and balance of the car. Just wanted to finish this rally on a learning curve, you might say, with the DS3. Third quickest, Danny Sordo. Yes, could have gone faster apparently, but was expecting some slippery patches, so was a little bit cautious. Moved back up to second place overall ahead of Petter Solberg though, but only by 0.3 seconds. Now that's tight. It was a fabulous battle for second place, starting to reveal itself here on Monte Carlo. Well, if you've got the toys, you may as well play with them. So let's highlight that stage with our simulcam feature. Yeah, Sordo versus Solberg at the end of stage 6, the Saint-Bonnet stage, the ultimate overlay comparison that saw its system debut on Eurosport last year. Great to play with it. At the start of the stage, Solberg was 1.9 ahead of Sordo. With the finish in sight, there's nothing between Petter and Danny. They even break at the same point, but in the last kilometres, Sordo making the difference. 2.2 seconds faster than Solberg. Sordo back to second overall, but by that narrow 0.3 of a second we mentioned. It's good fun. So that's how they stand after stage 6. Loeb ahead of Sordo. That's the classification indeed of the stage. It is a gap, is it not, between Loeb and the rest in these overall standings, but that battle for second place absolutely warming up. We'll be back with more in a moment. Welcome back to day 2 of the Monte Carlo rally. Let's get straight into the action. Stage 7. Fabulous views from up here, by the way. La Mestre Guilloc to Albousière, 21.66 kilometres. It was just approaching midday when they got underway. Quickest again. Who else but Sebastian Loeb? He's taken 6 out of 7 stages. Only lost stage 2, don't forget, to Latvala. Well, has a lead of almost 1 minute 30 over the field. 90 seconds may not sound like much, but it's a cushion. Still making good tyre choices. The road slightly wet, getting dangerous. Mud being mentioned in hushed terms by some. Petter Solberg, again 3.3 behind Loeb on stage 7. His fight with Danny Sordo for second overall is the battle of the day, but always keeping the manufacturer's points for Ford in mind. It's still not maximum attack for Petter. Yes, is this the long game being played out by a newly wise Hollywood?
Slight right 40, slight left, it'll be 2 right minus tight 1 plus. Opens extra long, tight cut, half long, 2 left.
No, we are driving sensible. That's the only thing I can say, and it's so important to keep the position now and the points for the team. So that's the main thing. But I'm enjoying a lot. Really good fun.
Sordo was 0.3 ahead of Solberg at the start of the stage, but his time here sees him lose 4 seconds to the younger of the Solbergs. So Petter takes back second overall from Sordo once again with an advantage of 3.7 seconds over the Spaniard. And Sordo not being quite as cautious as Solberg through this run. He's on a mission.
To be honest, here I push him really hard and I don't make mistakes in the stage and I feel very well, but the time looks bad, but honestly I don't know, but it's like that.
Tricky stage saw Ogier able to follow the WRC car's pace. 4th fastest time, only 1.1 seconds slower than Sordo. Another impressive result for Ogier's S2000. Said he was taking risks out there. Must be praying for bad weather tomorrow, I suspect. Fifth in the standings, 7.4 seconds behind Irvinen in fourth. Well, fifth on the stage, 15.9 behind his teammate Loeb. Yes, Mikko Irvinen said he felt better. He was surprised by the road conditions. On the limit nearly everywhere, though, throughout the run. And now in fourth, but over 3 minutes behind the leader and his teammate, Loeb. So difficult to bear that comparison constantly. It's quite a benchmark. So just about time for some lunch. The driver's heading back to Valence for midday service. Loeb with a big lead, but what a fierce battle between Petter Solberg and Dennis Sordo for second position. No major drama this morning, so a fairly routine service part. No big issues either regarding tyre choice for the afternoon. Yes, mainly dry surface ahead. No worries? Oh, plenty. Commission technique, they're absolutely everywhere. Quite right. So a little bit of mist hanging in the veils here. Veils of travails, we'll see. Second loop, start off. La Bastide Andar to Labosek. Yes, 19 kilometers in total. Yeah, just approaching 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So game on for second. All the factory drivers on soft compound with one spare soft in the boot. Sordo attacking again. Had a good feeling, he said. Yes, did some setup tweaks during service and put in a fastest time. Beating Loeb by a fifth of a second. That's a man at ease. First stage win of the season for Sordo. How many more to come? Well, Petter Solberg getting the splits of Sordo throughout. Yes, how could he go faster? Would he? No easy task for this man. Yes, needs a happy ending. Looking for manufacturer's points for Ford, don't forget, but craves a strong podium result as ever. Solberg 2 seconds slower than Sordo through here. Overall, Solberg's gap on Sordo falling to 1.5 seconds. Well, Pierre Campana, the Corsican, driving the second factory Mini. Had some WRC outings last year and did the French Rally Championship, of course, with the WRC machine. 6th fastest, 13.6 behind his teammate and stage winner Sordo. Campana running 8th overall. Di Castelli doing the corner, great job. Estonian Otto Tanak, yes, steep learning curve for him on the Monte. Last year's runner-up in the SWRC, don't forget. Could be the new Marco Martin, they say. Well, it'll have to be good. 7th fastest time here, 9th overall. And difficult rally for Henning Solberg. All kinds of trouble for Petter's older brother. Henning, like 2 broken rear drive shafts yesterday, and today engine sensor problems. Good job, he's a very good engineer. Does a lot of spanner pushing himself once he gets out of the car. Often shows his engineers the way to do it. 11th best time on stage 8, 15th in the overall standings. I do like Henning Solberg. So how are they shaping up after 8 stages here? Yes, and will that fight between Solberg, Petter, and Sordo, how will that end up? And what will his brother say at the end of it all? Loeb then, leading Petter Solberg by 1 minute and 25. Just look at that gap between Petter and Sordo. Amazing. Very, very close. We'll see how that rages on after this break. Welcome back to day 2 of the 80th Monte Carlo Rally. Still 2 stages to go. So Saint Bonnet to Saint-Julien Molesbat, back to Sambonne, 25.22 kilometres. Just after 3:30 in the afternoon when they took this on. Look at the profile. Lots of rises and falls here. Another best time it was for Sebastian Loeb and his co-driver, Daniel Elena. Yes, his lead, 1 minute and 28 at the end of this one, but still 3 days to go, don't forget. And in the Monte, anything can happen, the weather being the main equation to master. And the only thing that is certain is the uncertainty of it all. Yes, for now, though, Loeb looking like, well, king of the mountains. Sordo trying hard, very hard, to get ahead of Peder Solberg once more. It's a risky strategy. Pushing to the absolute limit all the time means, well, you could easily go over it. And Sordo, the third fastest time, 4.5 seconds down on his former teammate. Loeb, yes, wondering just what he has to do, yes, to roll in that deficit and just match Loeb's pace sometime.
Izquierda, 5, muy rápida, larga, 10.
Peder Solberg really enjoying his Monte Carlo, even with the pressure of bringing home those precious points for Ford. Keeps going fast, cutting corners, and again he's faster than Sordo, but not by much. It's a classic Monte Carlo battle between these two. 0.9 faster. Peder now 2.4 seconds ahead only of Danny in the standings.
100. Slight right, 150. Keep right over crest, the crest, 6 left plus.
Fabulous, scary pants on board, fabulous. It seems Irvinen pushing rather than mastering his Citroën on the mixed surface. 5th fastest time here, 4th in the standings, but a massive 1 minute and 47 behind Loeb overall. Mud, the issue for the Finn. He'll be hoping for fine weather from now on. And he admits it.
When it's slippy or there's some dirt on the road, I'm not so confident. So those kind of places we are losing time right away. But when it's good grip, then it's going quite well.
So what about stage 10? Sausages out the ready amongst the crowd. That's not barbecue smoke, by the way. La Maistre to Guillauc and then to Abouzière, 21.66 kilometres, 5 to 5 in the afternoon. Well, it's been another great day for Sebastian Loeb, winning 5 of the 6 stages on day 2. Just having to keep his concentration, though, despite that 1 minute and 30 lead. Ominously, he says, he's got a good feeling. Tried to push to the finish of day 2, putting some more in the bank, you might say. Second fastest time in the last run of the day, 6 seconds behind Loeb. Danny Sordo apparently baffled by the times that Loeb had been setting all day, and Sordo naturally focusing on the battle with Solberg as a first priority. Yeah, beats Peder in the last sector of the stage with a 6.1 second advantage. It means that Sordo is back into second overall once again. Wow.
It was really fun. At the end we stayed second place, but only in the last split of last stage, But it was really fun, I think, for the drivers and for spectators and everyone. It was nice battle.
Extra long, tightens, keep in.
Third quickest on the last stage, losing 6.1 on Sordo and dropping to third overall, as you've heard. 3.7 seconds behind going into day 3. It's been a day of caution for Peder Solberg. Will he, can he resist showboating for the entire rally? Well, he's keeping it sensible for now, especially in the dirt.
So much mud some places, I really struggle on the muddy part, and that's basically my only thing I can think of where I've been struggling. So, well, we lost second place again. So, okay, it's a long way to go.
Well, ending the day comfortably was not on the cards for Ogier. Last stage of day 2. Ouch. Crashing at speed, 5 kilometres from the end, travelling at around about 150 kilometres an hour, we reckoned. A scary accident. Ogier and his co-driver Ingrazia off to hospital for precautionary checkups. So business as usual at the Monte for Sébastien Loeb, having a big lead. The Frenchman seemingly relaxed as he pulled into Valence.
We don't know, it's still Monte Carlo. We don't know exactly what will be the weather tomorrow. So if it's some snow, then with a bad tire choice or with a mistake or bad rhythm, you can easily, in some difficult condition, lose a lot of time. So for that, I tried to take everything I can.
Sébastien Loeb, look at that lead. Phenomenal, isn't it? 2 days done, 3 to go. Sordo, nearest man to him, 1 minute and 37 down. Solberg, Petter that is, still chomping at the bit. We'll see how it goes tomorrow, shall we? That's it for the second day. The highlights of the 2012 Monte Carlo Rally. I'm Carlton Kirby. Hope to have you company for tomorrow and for the rest of this fabulous event. For now, though, it's a very good night to you. Good night.